day everyone. Today we are at the Mcgill University in Canada for another scholarship opportunity. This is a graduate scholarship opportunity. Now let's just take some quick. Please note that the scholarship application deadline for winter 2023 as follows. All international applicants, the deadline is 15th of July 2022. If you are an international applicant, the deadline for submission of your application is 15th of July 2022. All Canadian applicants, the deadline of submission of the application is September 1st, 2022. So that means as an international student, you have a lot of work to do because your application will have to come earlier than others. So let's continue. Now, remember I said it's a graduate scholarship for postgraduate program. A bachelor degree or an equivalent recognized by Mcgill University in a subject closely related to the one you selected for graduate work. So that's the first thing. That means if the course you are intending to pursue a postgraduate course must be related to the one you left, the one you did your undergraduate studies. And the next is unless otherwise noted, the master's program at Mcgill requires completion of a 4-year. Okay, I think that's the main thing. Then your CGPA must be 3.0 on a scale of 4.0. English proficiency. Say the primary language of instruction at Mcgill is English. You may make arrangements to write papers, examinations, or thesis in French, except in cases where knowledge of English language is one of the objectives of the course. Prior to admission, you may need to demonstrate an adequate level of proficiency in English. For more information, visit the English language proficiency page. Okay, this has to do with English. If English not being your official language of your country, you have to submit test scores such as IELTS or TOEFL or GRE or GMAT, whichever. But if English is not also, there's also a kind of a waiver in the sense that if English is not your official country's language, but you were taught in English or you took your undergraduate program in English, there's what we call a university recommendation that is this student completed his or her course in so number of years in so course in English language as a medium of instruction. So that can help to as a kind of an escape route to writing IELTS or TOEFL examination. So that's what you can do. Okay, the next thing, let's look at application steps. Now, the first step of your application is reading the admission requirement. I think we just mentioned that. Then the second one, you contact the department, either maybe a professor or maybe an administration in the department to know about the course or if you can be accommodated in that course. Then the next thing, say find a supervisor. Okay, so after contacting the department, you contact them and look at I'm interested in pursuing maybe a master's in kinesiology or sports sciences or sports medicine with your university. This is my qualification or this is my background. I did undergraduate health education, physical education, human kinetics, stuff like that. Like my own self, I did health education with some element of human movement, or also known as kinesiology, during my undergraduate days. So you can just put all of this together while contacting the department, and the department program coordinator can now do a review of what you told him or her and say, okay, so person is good in this area, so person is good in this area among the supervisor now. So you will not have a choice depending on your specificity in your master's and PhD or PhD work. You now look at whom among the several professors that can that their area specialty aligns with what you intend doing, then they are not the one you can directly write or communicate that they should be your supervisor. Then after there, you review available funding, which is this scholarship now. Then after reviewing the funding, you submit your application before the deadline, which the deadline we have earlier mentioned up here. Okay, we'll look at that soon, but let's just look at the review of funding now. See how your studies are funded. Say Mcgill internal funding. Financial support distributed by the university. Internal funding is usually obtained at the time of as application to the university. The academic unit considers all students for funding, and that is awarded competitively in the form of a funding package, which often includes graduate assistantship. And the second one is external funding, grants and fellowship administered by provincial and federal government or other agencies or foundation. External funding is obtained by the student by application to an external agency. This application may occur before or after the student starts his or her studies, and in some cases must be routed through the university. Okay, that's if you are sourcing for an external funding now, maybe outside of the Mcgill internal funding, that's what you can do. Then the next thing is a cost of attendance. Say Mcgill affordable tuition coupled with Montreal low cost of living ensures that attending graduate school at Mcgill is a sound investment in your future. To help you assess your financial resources, visit the cost of attendance session. So this for you want to know like what's the cost of buying this, was maybe for instance maybe the cost of maybe eating in a day, maybe the cost of eating in a day. That can help you to, okay, if this is what it costs a day, what will it cost to live in a week, in a month, and so on and so forth. What's the cost of taking taxi to and fro, maybe if you are living off the university campus, just stuffs like that. So that's for that. Then let's go back to look at our what we are doing before. Now, application steps. Okay, we've looked at the application steps. I think we've also looked at English language proficiency. That means if English is not your mother tongue or your official language, you are required to submit a proof of English language proficiency test. Like I said, IELTS or your TOEFL. Very important that you submit them. Then I think other documents needed. Okay, this your previous grade that you had in your undergraduate studies. Then the next item is submitting your application. So application is done online and it's required a fee of $125. $125.71 is required to submit the two applications in the same term or two different programs. Now, an important instruction is given here. Say, do not select both the thesis option and the non-thesis option for the same program, as you can make this change after submitting your application. So please note this. It says if applying to mechanical engineering, you must apply to both thesis and the non-thesis option if you want to be considered for both. Now, mechanical engineering is the only option that will I say, let not say it contradicts, but let's say it's in an objection to this statement above here. For instance, if I'm studying maybe kinesiology, I should select just kinesiology thesis
and maybe any other courses that is related to my field that is a non-thesis option. You cannot select kinesiology thesis and kinesiology non-thesis at the same time. It is only people who are in the mechanical engineering that can do such if they want to be considered for both. So that's just an exception that those in the mechanical engineering that they have over others. So aside of that, online application systems such as submit, that's where we submit your passport, your transcript, your test scores, your recommendation letter, your certificate, and every other motivational letter or statement of purpose and so on and so forth. Then your test scores, I earlier mentioned that. So that's it for this one. You can also see this the link will be I'll leave the link in the description section of this video, so just note it. Remember, the deadline is 15th of July for international students, while Canadian applicants is 1st of September 2022. So with that, we've come to the end of this video. Please do give me a thumbs up, hit the like icon, and do hit the bell notification. Please subscribe to this channel. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.